Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Ameya and we are discussing about structures in AVEVA PDMS. So in the previous video we have created columns with different options. Now we have to add beams into this column, and in which we will be discussing about different points. Okay, so let us go to the beam framework first. Let us create two sub frameworks. Okay, and in the first framework, first I will change the profile, and this profile I want beams, so you can go universal beam. We have selected 203 columns, so we will go for less than 203. Okay, and here comes the very important part, that is p line settings. Okay, so first thing what we need to understand here is the section. Okay, so section is having a top line or a center line which is called a p line, profile line. Okay, and we need to connect these beams using profile lines. Okay, so that option is available in uh, just a second, in settings, pick filters. In pick filters you have to select p lines and select a normal option, so that every time whenever you try to select anything, a p line option will be selected. Then there is justification, and in justification you will find these all codes, basically TOS, BOS, NA. Okay, so that code can be understood using this section, I section. We are also using same I section. So the center point is called the neutral axis. This is the top line and this is the bottom line. The center of that is top of steel, bottom of steel, left bottom of steel, left bottom top of steel. So these codes go like that. Okay, and depending upon the justification, those points will be matched with your end point. Okay, so if you take NA as right now, it is by default NA. What will happen, I will show you. Okay, so I am selecting a lesser density beam here, and then I can go for sections. So I am storing these sections into different structures, and then you can go with again option, go to sections in straight. Okay, here now we don't have to go for explicit option, we already have beams. So I will just drag into the center, and that will be my start point. Okay, and I will drag here, that will be my end point. Confirmation box is on, so that's why it is asking. I will just say accept, and this is how your NA condition will work. The center point is matched with the selection point. Okay, that is the problem. So this structure is basically on top of my beams. I will just look from east. So this should not be top, this should be perfectly horizontal. So what I have to match here is, I have to match top of steel with the selection point. So what I will do is, I will just delete everything. Okay, I will go to properties again and change justification to top of steel. Apply, dismiss, and then I will go here and select sections, go to create sections straight, and I am just selecting this point and this point. That will give you a perfect top to top section. Okay, so that is the importance of this justification. So top of the steel is matching with the selection point here. Okay, so right now I want to make two more beams. Let us say I want to make one more. So I will go to create section straight. Now I have to start from this point, so I will just click here and select that point, and instead of going for this option, I will just go to the last point, that is called perpendicular to the structure. Okay, and I will select this point, that will create perpendicular to that structure. Okay, perfect perpendicular from this point to this point. So that is the option. So first option is starting with perpendicular and end option is ending with perpendicular. The same thing can be done. There is a trick for this also. So I will just go to this point as my starting point, and instead of these perpendicular options, if it is confusing, I can go with explicit option. Okay, I will lock the horizontal position and then I will just click on this. That will also do a same thing. It will create a straight section because our top section is on. Okay, now here the only problem is end point is not selected as we want as a center point. So I will redefine the start and I will cancel that endpoint. I will redefine the start, go to this and select on this. Okay, now it is perfectly selected as there is no change in west, there is only change in north. I will say okay. Now that will create a perfect straight section. I will accept it, and here we create 3 beams. I will create one more beam on this side. Let us say a start point will be this, a top point, and I want a overhang coming outside. So I will go with the direction, and instead of up direction, I will go with the north direction, and I will give distance to be minus, so minus 2000, and that will come out as the extension from the beam. Accept, and this basically creates my base structure using columns and beams. Okay, so in the next video what we will do is we will use copy command and list option to create multiple copies of the same section. Okay, so if you like this content, do share, subscribe my channel, share it with your friends. Thank you for joining.